Hello and welcome. This is an example of a spicule treatment that I'm doing at home on my own skin using the Princess Peel, which is by Storyderm. Currently, I am actively practicing aesthetics. I have my own business. I'm in the Detroit metro area, and Spicules is part of the menu. So I wanted to go through what to expect when you were to get a spicule treatment and show you kind of the steps that are involved. So right now I am purchasing all of my Korean skincare products from Pure Pro Aesthetics. They have several lines. I think they have 3 or 4 lines right now. Storyderm is one of the lines, and the Princess Peel is actually one of their most popular treatments. So with any treatment, when you are going to do a facial, I will always double cleanse. So I am using what is called a time machine cleanser. It's an oil-based cleanser that we can use to remove any makeup and or sunscreen that I may have had on that day. So while that's processing, while we're going through the cleansing process, I will talk to you a little bit more about spicules. So this is something that's kind of new. I believe it's coming to the States a lot more. It's a lot more prevalent now. There are several estheticians that are now adding this to their menu, and it's so unique. And I like the idea that a spicule treatment is actually like a liquid microneedling treatment without the use of a pen or a stamp or a machine. So I feel like it's a good way to add value to your menu without having to invest in a lot of additional devices, which is what attracted me to spicules. What are spicules, though? They are actually derived and harvested from several sources. So there's coral calcium, a sea sponge, hydrolyzed sponge, crystallized hyaluronic acid spears, to name a few. This particular one is, I believe, derived from a sea sponge, and it's a little bit more prickly than your hydrolyzed or crystallized hyaluronic acid spears. I love the crystallized hyaluronic acid spears treatment for newbies. So anyone who's new in my practice usually is a good candidate for that, and that gives them an introduction into a more gentle spicule treatment. This Princess Peel is a little bit more pinchy, if you will. When I apply the spicules to my skin, or anyone's skin for that matter, depending on the amount of pressure that I apply will determine how active you feel it on your skin. So spicules will actually penetrate the epidermis, and they help to act as a delivery system to take actives into the dermis. And this is great because when we're trying to improve skin scale renewal and stimulate regeneration of new healthy cells, that's exactly the end goal. So if you're looking at a spicule treatment and what it might do, the reason why I was using it and why I'm offering it is because it can treat so many different skin conditions. It's safe to use weekly as an exfoliation treatment. It's great for anti-aging. Obviously, that's my motive because I have more mature skin. It does help with those that have acne. It also helps with hyperpigmentation. And it can actually help with acne scarring. It will help minimize the hyperpigmentation around acne scarring. So, and the other thing that I really like about spicules, not just that it's very effective, is that you can use it on all Fitzpatrick types. So sometimes when we have our clients that have a little bit more melanin in the skin, we have to be very careful as to what type of chemical peels we're utilizing and applying to their skin, because the last thing we want to do is do a treatment and cause hypopigmentation, which is where we actually pull melanin out of their skin. And with spicules, you don't necessarily have to worry about that at all. So I'm done cleansing. I did some steam because I wanted to just kind of get a good base for my skin to receive the spicule treatment. So now what I'm going to do is grab my little syringes there, and I want to say you could use a third to a half a syringe on a client. I think I wound up using a half on myself, but there is measurements on this little pen or syringe, if you will, to help you monitor how much you're using, because we want to make sure we're getting enough for a result, but also you don't want to use too much because then you can get more out of your investment. So I did go ahead and apply the spicules to my skin, and you just want to evenly distribute the product, a few dots on the forehead, and then I moved down to the cheek area, and ideally just want to make sure I'm getting a good even application. So here's where you can vary the intensity of the treatment. With spicules, they do have a little bit of texture to them, and they're meant to be a little bit pinchy so that they are creating that micro injury. If you've ever used a derma roller at home, I would say it's very similar to that. And with the amount of pressure I'm using, it will determine how deep they will actually penetrate the skin. So at this point, I'm just doing about medium pressure. I would say that's very effective to allow these spicules to work. And this is about how long I was manipulating. I would say probably about 3 to 5 minutes. And then once we've done with the spicule manipulation, we're going to add a sheet mask. Now in the treatment room, I would use a sheet mask that coincides with this treatment and uses a cream sheet mask, if you will. And it actually has really strong antioxidants in there, like ginseng root extracts and polyproline, which are meant to really protect the skin from any active oxygen free radicals that are lingering there. Helps to give more energy and vitality to the skin, helps with anti-aging, skin damage, healing, and also elasticity, and it helps minimize wrinkles. So like I said in the beginning, the spicule treatment is really good for most skin types, especially those that I just mentioned, including acne. But the sheet mask is just going to sit on the skin for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we want to let the product work itself. So at home, I didn't have this particular mask. I just used a Dr. Jart Cicapair, I think, yeah, it was Cicapair mask for calming and soothing skin. It worked just fine. And I did leave it on for the full 15 minutes so that I could allow all those good actives in the sheet mask to get into my skin, because we did that great liquid microneedling treatment, and it's just going to help get everything a little bit deeper. At this point, I'm just working the serum into the skin a little bit more. This is not anything I'm rinsing off. The spicules will remain on the skin, and like I said before, they will stay on the face for they can stay within the skin for up to 48 hours, but I'm just manipulating the serum and making sure everything is nice and saturated. So basically, the spicules are still active. I can feel them. It's kind of like basically little needles, so that's why you get the term liquid microneedling, because that's how they feel on the surface of the skin. So essentially this just continues to get worked into my skin, and then you leave them. So I would probably let this dry a little bit, and then thankfully it's evening time, so I don't need to put SPF right now. But if it was during the day in the treatment room, I definitely would be working this in and probably allowing some time for it to dry down, and then applying an SPF before you go out into the wild. So we will monitor this the next couple days and see how my skin does. Thanks for watching. We'll be back. Morning. So this is the day after the Princess Peel, and I wanted to share my thoughts. I definitely still feel the little tiny spicules in my skin. I mean, it's not uncomfortable. It's just like a tiny little poke, if you will, because it is a liquid microneedle. So I'm going to go ahead and cleanse my face, and then we'll see how it feels after that. This is just a gentle cleansing foaming wash by La Roche-Posay. Just to get a light cleanse from the night before, wash any extra dead skin that we can't see. I do feel a little bit of the pinch, tiny little pricks from spicules even still, but not uncomfortable at all. Face is cleansed. It was a little red last night. It's not as red anymore. I was having these breakouts right here in this area, which is why I wanted to do the princess peel. And I feel like after I did my extractions and now today, it's much better. There was a skincare product I've been using that was causing me to break out, which is a big fat no-no in my book, right? So I think we'll do another check-in maybe today, this evening after I cleanse my face, and we'll keep reporting back on the spicules. Hey guys, just quick check-in. It's day 2 now since I did the princess peel at home, and I did want to make mention of a few things. So I did the princess peel Tuesday evening. Wednesday morning you are to cleanse as normal, and you will still feel active spicules on your skin. Totally normal. I did go to the gym and did pretty intense workout, and I could kind of feel it still active on my skin as I was working out. I probably should have skipped the workout. I know we usually do recommend that you don't do a intense workout after a peel, just because the actives are still working for you, and it's probably good to let them permeate the skin a little longer and let them do their thing. So I wouldn't recommend an intense workout the next day after your spicule treatment or your princess peel, but my skin feels so smooth. Absolutely love it. There's no texture. I had some breakouts happening here. There was something I've been using, I think I know what it is, that was causing me to break out. So I had to take that out of the routine, and the princess peel really saved the day with that. So really excited for you to come and try it. I'm local, so if you are local too, schedule that appointment and we will get that spicule treatment, and you can see for yourself how amazing it really is. Until then, bye.